Good evening. Habari gani?
Kuumba.
Nguza Saba refers to the 7 principles upon which Kwanzaa is based. And Kwanzaa celebrates the practical ways of uplifting our community.
As we recount the earlier Kwanzaa principles, we come to the 6th principle of Kuumba.
Kuumba is the principle of creativity. This refers to individual creativity, but also a commitment of being creative in the context of the local, state, and national communities, improving and bringing beauty to our community through the creativity we each have been born with.
This creativity includes, but is not limited to, the arts, dance, music, or literature. It is a commitment to the restoration of our people and communities to their traditional greatness. To always do as much as we can to leave our community more beautiful and beneficial than when we inherited it. The principle of Kuumba has both a social and spiritual dimension and is deeply rooted in the social and sacred teachings of African societies. Creativity means to perform acts that leave our community more beautiful and beneficial than when we inherited it, according to Dr. Mulana Karanga.
So as we just lit the 6th principle of Kwanzaa, we celebrate how we can channel our creative energies to build and preserve a strong and vibrant community. There are many artists in our community who are making a difference. They use their creative energy to dance, paint, create music, and author books, blogs, and columns that feed our souls with emotions and supply a vision of the world through a different lens.
Yet creativity does not have to be art. You do not need to produce a hit song or draft a best-selling novel to be creative. Creativity is also problem solving, like choosing the safest route to get home, or juggling responsibilities like finances, marriage, health, and work. It can even be simply sharing a photo to Facebook or Instagram and producing something clever to say about it. But as we began to dive into the history of creativity, we found that it was impossible without, at the same time, going deeper into the history of our own people. That is, in the history of the Afro-American people as a text, as a tale, as a story, as an experience, as a narrative, or what have you.
You will find that we are the script of the text, the score of the songs, and expressed creatively, orchestrated, vocalized, hummed, chanted, blown, plowed, scattered, designed, and built the confirmation of our history and the history of this country. And that one could go from one to the other, from the inside to the outside, or reverse, and talk about the same things. That our individual and collective creativity explains history, as history was explaining our creative contributions, and both were expressions of and reflections of our people.
So for us to succeed in our creativity, we must acknowledge our fears, our limitations, and anything that holds us from our dreams. We must draw from our experiences and struggles and relate people to them. And we must never confine what creativity looks like. Each person models it differently, but everyone has the gift of creativity and individually uses it to the best conceivable way.
Having creativity requires one thing: inspiration. Sarah Breela found inspiration in her brothers, who were barbers and created the Madam C.J. Walker Manufacturing Company. And that inspiration took her far. In 1911, she was the first Black woman millionaire in America and one of the most successful self-made entrepreneurs in our history. Our creatively inspired example tonight is a Christmas wall hanging. To decrease the amount of money that we're spending on Christmas decor, we decided to use everyday household items to exhibit our faith. So for this example, we are using a mirror with a leftover floral picks, a placemat, which has double-sided tape on the back, and a hot glue gun. So we'll place the placemat on the mirror, press hard down for the double-sided glue to stick, and voila. We have a wall hanging to put in our entryway.
So as we conclude our presentation, think about creativity for a moment. What creative skills do you have that can also help build your community? Is it something you do with your hands? Is it writing a proposal, drafting poetry, or managing the books as an accountant? Does it involve leading a team or talking to people? Creativity is your choice. Kuumba.
Kuumba.